morning and welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful. I am Angela Oliphant, your host, and I am so glad that you all have joined me for another night of information, revelation, and change. It is going to be another phenomenal night. I'm excited because I have a guest with me tonight. But before we go to my guest, I just wanted to remind you that you can send me an email at wholebeautiful@gmail.com. Let me know how you like the show, the different topics that we've been talking about. And I'm still doing my couples conversations, still doing my mentoring moments. And with the couples conversations, I'm looking for a couple that you can recommend that will be on the show. And we can get them on the show, do an interview with them, talk to them, because I like to see how couples work together, how they move together, and how they just establish their own foundation for their own relationship. So if you know a couple that would be good for that couple's conversation, please let me know. And then with our mentoring moments, we have men that come on and talk about what they're doing in the community, talk about what they're doing with other young men to mentor them and to grow them up and to help them be, be open and be just to be men and to mentor them in their lives, because a lot of times they don't have their fathers or they don't have that person that's there. So if you know of someone who is being that mentor to some other young men, please let me know. I would love to interview them and talk to them. Um, Send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com, and I will get in contact with them. Remember, like last week, we were talking about this month being Family Literacy Month, and I was recommending different books. And I talked to you about a book where Dr. Hines had wrote a book about the mask. And I told you all, she said last week on her show that if you ordered the book, there will be some free things in there for you too. So if you didn't get a chance to order the book, let me know, wholebeautiful@gmail.com, and we can get you the book. And then you will get the extra free things that comes along with it. Right. Get the book, get the book, get the book. With that, we're talking about Family Literacy Month, and that's why I wanted to have my guest that's going to be on with me on tonight. She has written a book and is dealing with her family. So I wanted to have her on just to talk about her book, talk about some other things that she's going to be doing. And I'm excited that she is here with me tonight. So I'm going to ask that Kanisha Brown come in, that Alan, that you bring her in now so that we can begin to talk to Miss Kanisha. Hello, Kanisha.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing really good. And I am so excited that you are here with me on tonight. I have been wanting to interview you ever since I heard about your book. And then even before I heard about your book, I was like, Kanisha be doing some things. So I want to get to know what you're doing outside of work, because we work at the same place, but we
Mhm.
work in different departments. But people have lives outside of that. And I'm like, I've been seeing just you just flourish and change and do different things. And I was like, man, I need to talk to her. So I am so glad that you had the opportunity to be on here with me tonight. Can you just let some everybody know who you are and
Mhm.
what you do? Tell us a little bit about who Kanisha is.
Yes, yes. So again, my name is Kanisha Brown. Born and raised here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am a mother of three beautiful children, married to my wonderful husband, Crandall Everett. And my main focus on what I'm working on now is building the self-esteem of our youth. So
Mhm.
I'm working on a series of books, and of course, my first book that I've worked and I'm sorry, published is Kindle the Golden Ticket. And I also am a content creator, and my platform is called Flourish in You, and that is to empower women to be the women that we were called to be and to walk in our purpose.
Wow, I
Yes.
love it. Man, I love that. With your book,
Mhm.
The Golden Ticket, how did that come about? Was that something that you sat down and just came up with? Was it did you have a purpose for it when you were starting to write it? How did you come about with the golden ticket?
Oh man. So the book is called Kendall and the Golden Ticket, and my youngest daughter name is Kendall. And she inspired me to write this book. Kendall, I used to have her in so many activities, and she would just give up so quick. I can't do it, or it's hard. So in my home, we do something called life lessons, where I'll sit them down and tell them, this is how you handle things. This is what we do. And I said, you know what? Wait a minute, Kendall. We need to share this with the youth in the world. Our youth need to hear this. So me and her sat down and kind of brainstormed together, and I wanted to make sure I kept it real as possible. So everything that mainly happened in that book was personal for Kendall. It actually happened to her. So I want to share her story in this book.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is, it's awesome how you made that into a book and it's dealing with your child in order to
Mhm.
be able to help them. And then you, in turn, you're helping other kids too.
Yes. Yes.
Is there, have you seen yourself like when early on, did you ever see yourself as being an author?
No. I did not. No. I used to like to write plays when I was younger. Um, and then like I have a very like I can sleep and dream a whole movie. So I see myself more as acting, but
Yes.
now I have the passion to write. It's like that's my blank canvas now, right? I have them blank pages, and when I put those words on that page and see it come to life, now I have a passion to write. But a few years ago, you would never told me I would have wrote a children's book. But I'm loving the journey, and I'm loving every bit of it, Angela. I am loving it.
Now
Yes.
you were saying that it was going to it's going to be a series. So this is
Mhm.
this is the first book in the series that you wrote.
Yes, this is the first book, and I am hoping and praying to start writing the second book next month. But yeah, it's going to be a series, maybe probably three books altogether for the series.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, your sister's here. Hi.
Oh, hey, Tanita. Yeah, but
But
I'm super excited.
and that I mean, I see it in you. It's like you were excited about writing the next book and getting the next books out. How are
Mhm.
you? Have you gotten the book out like as for like as doing like a book signing or being in? Is it in different places where people can get to the book?
Mhm. Right now, the book is on Amazon.com and it's on Walmart.com. But in January, I would definitely be hitting the schools in our community because I want to do some readings and also at the library as well. But I have not done a signing yet, but that's definitely in the works.
Okay,
It's
okay, yeah,
definitely
because
in the
people
works. Yes, ma'am.
have no. Have you thought about doing a tour with your book?
I have not. You know what? I'm about to talk to you after this because I need to get some information. Yes, I would love to do a tour for my book. I want to bless as many children as I can with this message. I really do. So yeah, book tour sounds really good. I'm gonna have to get with you on that because that's something I definitely am interested in.
Yes, because I to get it out there to more kids so that more kids can read it and hear the message in the
Mhm.
book. With the Kindle and the Golden Ticket, what is the like central message of that book that you wrote?
The message is for every child to not give up. Right? In life, it doesn't matter your age, from elementary, middle school, high school, you cannot give up. When things get hard, you have to push through. So, what I want to do is, I want to take this message and I want to embed it in our youth now because, like I said, they can take this to adulthood, right?
Right,
And the reason why I want this message to be so powerful about not giving up on your dreams when things get hard, stick with it. Because now, Angela, in our society today, we don't have any role models for our children from the music that's on the radio, social
right.
media, TV. So I want to take this book with that central message and I want to kill two birds with one stone. I want the kids to start dreaming again, believing
Yeah.
in themselves. I want them to start reading. So yeah, that's just the overall message is just not to give up. You can accomplish anything that you put your mind to.
Wow. And
Yeah,
that's a message that can be given even to an adult.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Even reading their child, they can get like a
Mm-hmm.
message to themselves through reading the book. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
with this being like Family Literacy Month, do I wanted to ask you, have you sat like with your kids? Is that something that you all would do? Was sit down and read together?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we have like life lessons, and we'll like sit down and tell me about their day, and then we always like read a book. We do like monthly books. So right now we're doing Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers, but we'll read a book and discuss it. So yeah, reading in my house is very important. That's
Wow.
the foundation of everything. So yes, reading is very important.
And it's amazing though, because you would be amazing. It's amazing to me how kids will pick up on a lot of things that you don't think that they pick up on.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit down to have that conversation with them, because they're reading, it's like they expanding their vocabulary. So they're able to put words to like how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we don't have the words for how they're feeling at the moment, but with the reading they get those words and they're able to explain what's going on, and
Mm-hmm.
that is amazing. I love it because I'm a reader. I love
Mm-hmm.
to read. I always got a book in my hand ready to read the next story, and I love to read about people and everything and their lives and their stories. So I'm I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna get my books because I want to get books for my grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's on my agenda. They won't see this show, but that probably be part of their Christmas. But I wanted to get them a book because I try to
Mm-hmm.
encourage them to read, and
Yeah.
then that will be encouraging them with a message because it's a
Mm-hmm.
message behind what's in the book, and I love that because it should have a message
Mm-hmm. And what I love
across.
about this book too, Angela, is I have a lot of I call it my warm centers for this book. This book, the young girl, which is Kendall, is learning lesson from her older sister. So this is teaching the older sibling that your young sister or brother is looking up to you. So
Oh,
they're learning this from, she's learning this from her older sister, and the older sister is learning this from her father. So I really want to highlight the fathers in the book. Sometimes I feel like our fathers do not, get their pat on the back or good job, just on Father's Day. So I really want to highlight the fathers in this book. So that's a couple of warm centers I'm really excited about.
that is amazing. I love it though because for the kids to see that because they do it's like a lot of the books they're gonna have the mom in there, they're gonna have the sisters, the brothers, they're gonna have those in there, but to have the dad in there
Hmm.
and to have that positive spin on the father and on the dad being present, that is amazing to me. I
Yes,
love it. I
I'm
love
excited.
it. They need that though in the
Hmm.
schools and with the kids and everything because they need to know, okay, my dad is here with me. That's something special. It's
Hmm.
not just something to be overlooked because they're taught to like do that with their moms,
Hmm.
but not so much the dad.
Exactly.
And
Yes, definitely.
that's good. From from start to finish, how long did it take you to put this book together? Was it a long process for you or was it quick for you?
To write the actual story took me about, I would say about 6 months, because
Oh,
I wanted to make sure I captured my vision that I had for the book. So it took me about 6 months to write the story because I wanted Kendall's input as well. Now, for the illustrations and everything, that took another about 6 months. So about a whole year for me to finish the entire book.
okay.
Hmm.
You did you have like an illustrator that you were looking that you went directly to, or were you searching for one?
I used the wonderful best illustrator in the world called her name is Miss Haith, and she's in Atlanta, Georgia. And
Okay.
her illustration business called Tasha's World. So she really did an amazing job by bringing my vision to life. She brought it to life. She did an amazing job and very professional. So it was amazing. Yes,
And that
I would
is,
definitely
yeah,
be using her for the next two series.
yeah. I was like, y'all have to get the book. The book is awesome. And looking at the pictures and everything, I was like, this is so good, and because I'm all about that new book. And I was like, I
Mhm.
love the books. So it's something that would capture the kids' attention.
Mhm.
And it's good when you have that good illustrator that's in it that brings what you're seeing in your head.
Yes.
They get it on paper, and that's
Mhm.
amazing. Did you have any challenges when you were trying to write the book and have it come together?
I didn't really have many challenges. No.
Okay,
Honestly, Angela, as I wrote this book, I stayed in prayer the entire time, so I didn't have any challenges. When I got tired, I took my breaks, I rest, but
yeah,
it was really smooth for me. Just getting the story and getting my daughter involved, and a lot of the pictures when you're working with the illustrator, I would draw it out first because I want her to capture everything that I wanted, from the sock being on the floor, the dog
yeah.
rolling on the carpet, so it was very smooth. I would say I enjoyed the journey. I did.
And that is good because a lot of times, sometimes you hear like the horror stories of it all, and then finally it comes out to a great ending. But to know that you enjoyed the whole
Hmm.
process is good because
Hmm.
then that shines forth in the book. It's
Yes,
like
exactly.
it's not like,
Even
oh, I'm done. It's like, oh, I'm done.
Yes, yes. Even if there was mistakes, I enjoyed the mistakes because I learned from them. Okay, I
Yeah.
made this mistake, but I won't make this in the next book. So the good and the bad, I enjoyed it all.
And that's a good way to look at it. It's like that's your perspective changes everything.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's great. What do you hope that children will get from this series once you have completed the series of dealing with the different issues or the different messages you want to say? What do you want them to come away with?
I want their confidence to be out of this world. I want the children, the youth, I want them to be able to walk into their school a brand new person. And if challenges come their way, they'll remember, oh, wait a minute, I can handle this. This is not going to get me down, right? They don't have to wait for other people to come and pour that positive affirmation to them. They already have it on the inside of them. That's
Yes,
what I'm trying to embed. Yeah, I want them to just remember this book, right? So what nothing that's special about the book is I have text that's constantly repeating the same thing over and over because kids remember that way. So I want them
right.
to walk away that when they go into their school or they go in their community, that they can now encourage the next child to get up and keep going. So yeah, I want their confidence just to be out this roof.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because and I see that like even with my grandchildren, I will see where one is like moving in that confidence, but then you have
Mhm.
another one that's like they kind of pull back. And I was like, to have them to be encouraged by a book or something that they can
Mhm.
read that's going to give them the affirmations that they need. Because I have written affirmations for them, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Look, you need to
I
read
love.
this every day."
Mhm.
That way you can build up your confidence.
Mhm.
But to get this book into their hands, it's y'all need to get the book so that you can get the book into your your grandkids, your children, get it into their hands so that they and sit down and read it with them.
Mhm.
You can discuss the book, talk about the book. And it will help them and encourage them. I see that because I see that on you. And because it's on you, it flows into the book.
Yes.
So yeah, they can walk in that confidence. You, we already talked about the book signing and the touring. You were talking about how your daughter assisted you with the book. What are some of the things that she did to help assist with the book coming together?
When I first brought it to her and said, you know what, Kendall, let's write this book. I wanted her to tell me what she struggled with and what did she want other kids to learn. And she would say, Mom, I want the kids to not give up. I don't want to give up every time I start something. So I actually had her to write out the story. Like she wrote what she wanted to be in the book, and I just basically proofread it and did all the edits. So this was her story and what she wanted to come to life, and I just made sure it happened. So the fun
Wow.
part for her was, okay, what kind of animal do you want to have in your book? So we went from a pig to a dog to a horse. So I just let her come up with all of the colors and, how do you want the mom to look? So she was really using her imagination throughout the whole book.
Right. That
Hmm.
is amazing. I love
Yes,
it. I love
yes.
it.
And then one thing I want to mention too, Angela, that I love about this book is because when I read it to Kendall, I don't read it for her just to sit down and hear me read it. Like
Right.
she will read it to me, but there's a poem in a book, and it's a very special poem in a book that I would actually have her scream it to me, and we would dance around the house just saying this poem. So I want the
Wow.
parents to know to have fun with this book. There's sections in there where Kendall is running. Have your child get up and run. They don't have to sit down. Have fun with the book. I want them to really enjoy it with their child.
Be a part of the book, really.
Yes. Bring it to life.
Yeah. Yes. I love it. It's like that playwright is coming through in the book.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Yes. That's what I want.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. With the you getting the book into the school, is that something like a process that you have to go through, or is that what type of process, or do you even know how to get it into the schools? Like you were saying that you wanted to get into the schools and start going to the different schools. Has
Mhm.
that already been set up? Is
It
or
has
is
not.
that
No, it has not been set up yet. I've already talked to the principal at her school.
uh-huh.
So I'm kind of using that as like my mock trial, but I'm in the process of getting that together. So I don't have the steps for that as of yet. But I'm going to start with her school first. I think that's the easiest.
Yeah, to get
Hmm.
into that school first and then go to the next ones and stuff. It's but I think that that is going to speak volumes, even like adding to her confidence for one.
Hmm.
With you
Hmm.
being there at the school, it's like this is my mom, but this is our book.
That's right.
And
Hmm.
that's amazing. I love it. I just love the way that everything flowed together for you. Um, you answered my question about any more books, and you're adding more books. That do you think that you will write any other books besides what you're putting into this series?
I'm praying about that. Hopefully, yes. I want to write a lot of books, baby, because right now I'm working on an ebook called "It's the Flourishing for Me," and that's for women. So yeah, you listen. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be on here multiple times, baby. Y'all gonna see me a lot, okay? Because I have a lot of books on the way. So we're gonna have more interviews. But yes, I'm definitely seeing myself writing in the future. I'm not gonna stop writing. I enjoy it.
Oh, that is amazing. When you were just talking about the flourishing you. Now I've seen you on online, and I've seen the like encouraging words that you've been putting out there and stuff. And I was like, man, we need to talk about that.
Yes.
And I want you to share with us what flourishing you
Mm.
is, how it has come about, and what you're doing with that also.
Yes. So with flourish in you, and it's flourish in the letter N and the letter U. Flourish in you is a platform that I'm developing for women. I call it our safe place, a place where we can lay our hair down, we can, put our feet up, get a latte, we can laugh, we can have serious conversation. And my main platform right now is YouTube. And I just want to talk to that woman behind her four walls. I don't want to talk to the woman that's, showing up on Facebook or TikTok or the makeup. I want to talk to that woman that's dealing with some things on the inside. I want to talk
Okay.
to that woman that's having doubts here in her mind. So this platform here is just to really motivate and inspire women to walk in their God-driven purpose. That is what Flourish You is all about.
And then how is that something that has always been a part of what you wanted to do, or is that something that recently came up to you where you felt like I need to move in this area to touch women in this way?
It's more of a personal experience for me.
Okay.
Um, I went through some major depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, all behind my four walls. And I just
Uh,
remember praying. And I was like, Lord, I don't really know how to come out of this. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to even start. And that's when Flourishing You developed. So as God started working on me and I started applying principles to my life from God's word, that is how Flourishing You developed. So basically everything I'm talking on my page is what I've been through. So I'm saying, okay, well, you brought me out of it. So now it's time for me to help the next woman.
Wow.
Mm,
It's like when you are strengthened, then you go back and you strengthen your brother, your
that's
sister.
right. That's right. That's what we're called to do. That's our purpose. We're here for one
Yeah,
reason. It. Yes.
enjoy with other women. Are you planning to have like any like panel type discussions, different things where women, or you just trying to like gather women and sit and just have those conversations?
I do want to do panels. That is definitely in the works. Right now, like I said before, I'm working on my first ebook,
Right,
my website should be done. Hopefully, I'm saying in January. But yes, I'm definitely gonna do panels. I want to have conversation with women. We're having conversations where we're just keeping it raw and transparent. Because again, when we're truthful with ourselves, we're blessing somebody else. So I
right.
want to, build. I want to build a unity of women. We can lean on each other. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely panels is definitely in the making. Yes, that's definitely going to happen. Hmm.
Oh, that is awesome. That
Yes,
would be
I'm
great.
so excited.
Yes, it's like it's needed though, because when you were saying a safe place, a lot of people don't have that safe place
Hmm.
where they really just can be themselves. Because like I talked about Elder Hines last week, and she has a book about us putting on the mask, and it's
Hmm.
so easy to wear that mask. And we do that a lot because
Yes.
we do so many different things. So it's easy to put on the mask
Hmm.
and not be who you are.
Hmm. And you know
So
what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, and sometimes we put on that mask, and that becomes our norm. We wear it for
Yes,
so long. We're like, oh, this is just a part of our life. No, that's not a part of your life. You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally agree that it's time for us to take off that mask and be who God has called us to be. Heal
yes,
from hurt and pain. Let's heal from our addictions. Let's take a responsibility for our actions. So yeah, we're just women that's going to walk in our God driven purpose.
yeah. And we need that safe place,
Yes.
because a lot of times people don't, like I was saying before, they don't have the safe place to go to. They
Hmm.
only say a certain amount of things, or they will only go so far, because they
Yes.
was like, "Ooh, if I share this, it's like I'm gonna be ostracized, or I'm gonna be put down, or I'm
Mhm.
gonna be like pushed aside." And they even feel like embarrassed or ashamed where they
Yes.
won't share. But to have that safe place, I love it. Flourishing You, I love it,
Hmm.
because they need that where people can be open and still feel safe.
Exactly. Exactly. We take care of everyone else around us. We wear many hats. We're moms, we're girlfriends, we're aunts, but it's time for us to start taking care of us because we can't be there for everyone else if we're not taking care of us first.
Right. And
Yeah.
I tell my kids this, and I tell my own self this too.
Hmm.
It's like you can't love everybody else if you can't love yourself.
That's
You
right.
got to be kind to you, and then you can go be kind to somebody else. You got to
Hmm.
love, then you can go love
Right.
somebody else. First starts with you.
That's right. That's right. Ooh, you got me
Um,
excited, Angela. Woo.
oh
Yes.
my goodness. So if when you are dealing with the Flourishing You, what age group are you looking at? Is there a specific age group of women that you're looking at, or you're just looking at women just across
I'm
all?
women all across the board, all walks of life. I'm getting messages from women 18, 17, high school students, 35, 45. I'm just open and welcome anybody. If they come in, they listen, they're blessed by the message, then I've done my
Right.
job. Yeah, so it's anybody can be blessed from it.
So I'm gonna ask you this.
Mhm.
The 21-year-old Kanisha, if you had this back then, and it was Flourishing You, and you were going to talk to her, what kind of advice would you give that
Ooh,
21?
baby, what could I tell that 21-year-old? Oh, that's a good question. I think I would tell that 21-year-old keep pushing, keep going,
Wow.
keep smiling,
Yeah.
keep moving. You fail, that's okay. Wipe it down, get up, keep going. Don't stop. Because you're
Wow.
21 years old now, but you're not going to be 21 always, baby. And everything that
Right.
you're going through, and the reason why I say smile, I know sometimes it gets hard, but you keep smiling, you keep moving forward, keep putting God forward, because everything is going to be all right. He walks before you. So that's the advice I'll give her. Keep pushing.
Wow. Yeah. Because sometimes what I hear is like it won't always be like this.
It won't always be like that. Mm-mm. It won't.
It, and then sometimes at that age we think this is the end. It's like this is not gonna work, but it won't always be like that.
That's right. And now think about it now. Like I'm 40. I know I don't look 40, y'all. I know I look 25. Stop. Okay. But I'm 40 now. But I'm like, you know what? I actually sit and think about some of the things I've been through when I was younger. I wouldn't be right here right now if I didn't learn it. You know what I mean? Like everything I've been through, I don't regret anything because it made me into the woman I am right now. Right.
Yes.
So I celebrate when I fall and I celebrate when I'm up high. It don't matter. I'm gonna celebrate me regardless. So,
Yes.
mhm.
Because you have to.
You
You
have
have
to.
you
Yes.
because you're looking at yourself, and as you're growing through the different things, a lot of people sometimes they don't look at it like that, but
Hmm.
your perspective of it changes the whole thing. When you
Yes.
look at it as lessons learned,
Hmm.
and that's all been all a part of my life, I wouldn't want to go back and change anything about it because, like you said, it makes me the person I am today.
That's right.
And if I didn't have those experiences, I may be somebody different right now.
Right.
So
That's right.
it's good, it's good to embrace that.
Hmm. And then sometimes you go through things, and this is what Flourish You is about as well. Sometimes we go through things that's not for us. God has
Right.
taken me through it so I can learn, so I can help the next woman. Hey, I've been through this, so this is what you got to do A, B, and C, so you won't have to go the long way like I did. So I'm here. I went through it, so I can help you. And that's
Yeah,
a blessing. Yes, it's a blessing.
it is. It's a blessing because then and I am all for it because I was like, if you're walking down a path and you trip over this thing and you fall, why am I going to let you walk down that same path and trip over the same thing? It's
Yeah.
like, hey, let me tell you, when you get down here, you need to make a turn or
Yeah.
something and not go the same route that I
That's
went.
that's right. That's right. That's right. I just feel
It is
like us women, we just gotta come together. We gotta lean on each other. We gotta love on each other more. And that's what I want to create.
because a lot of people have the stigma though of women always like fighting against each other and not
Mhm.
applauding each other. And it's
That's right.
with this, I see how what you're saying in there, and it's amazing because then they can see women can come together
Hmm.
and they can upbuild each other and they can push each other forward and not have the drama and go back and forth with each other that people put out there that's happening and it's not really happening that
Exactly.
way.
Exactly. I actually did a challenge when I first started my YouTube channel called hashtag I see you. And it was me and a few other ladies that when you go out in the community, each day you had to find a woman and give her a compliment. And you would be surprised of the impact. And I really wish I would have recorded. But I would go into a store and be like, oh, girl, I see you. Your hair look good today. And one lady, she just burst out crying like, I needed that. You just never know when your next woman needs to be lifted up.
Right. Right.
So we can be that change. Let's be that change.
Yes. Yes. Because we can be the change that we want to see.
That's right. That's right.
And that is amazing. I love
Mhm.
it. Oh, I love it. I was like, man, I am looking forward to flourishing you guys. I am really looking forward. So when as Kanisha is developing everything and as it's coming together, y'all can go on Facebook and y'all see her there. But as things start happening, we're gonna have her come back and talk about more about that too, because I'm excited about what's gonna happen with that because women need that and to
Mhm.
be able to be open like that and really
Mhm.
talk, you're gonna see a lot of growth. And like you were talking about, even with the kids in the book, the confidence level goes up when you're able to just be you.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I don't want as women for us to hide behind, our makeup, hide behind our clothes, materialistic things. I don't want us to go on social media and have this attitude here, but when we behind our four walls is a whole nother person. I want us to be genuine happy. I want us to be happy from the inside out. And it starts with us working with our mental health, putting ourselves first, and I really want to just get that message across. I really do. That's my passion and my purpose.
Wow. And that's wow. That is
Mhm.
great. And you were talking about mental health. Do you like with counseling, have you is there some people that you know, or have you walked through any type of counseling or anything yourself as far as like dealing helping with your mental health so that you are healthy?
Oh, definitely. Yes. I strongly suggest counseling. Like I said in one of my videos, counseling is dope. But when you're finding a counselor, it's just like finding a house. It's just like finding, that right car. You have to take your time and find that right counselor for you. That mental health is very important. So yes, I strongly suggest counseling. Because a lot of times, in our community, we don't take mental health serious enough. It's a
So
conversation that we need to have year round, not just, mental health month. We need to have it every day. There's sometimes I would get on my Facebook page and I would just message somebody, hey, this is Kanisha. I know you haven't talked to me in 9 years, but you came to my mind. How was your mental health? I have friends that's making six figures. I don't care about the money you're making, baby. How is your mental health? That's what's
right.
important. So yeah, I strongly suggest counseling because I have taken counseling. My kids is I strongly suggest it. It is dope. Don't
Yes.
watch counseling. Yes.
Yes, because a lot of people shy away from it and they automatically. I watched a show even I think it was like yesterday, but they
Hmm.
were talking about how people when somebody says mental health, a lot of people the first thing coming to their mind is oh you crazy, and people
Hmm.
away from it. And I was like they were trying to get the message across that this is something that we need because like you were saying with the flourishing youth, they need to talk
Yes.
and get all of that stuff out and be in a safe place. And that's what the counseling does for you
Hmm.
also.
Hmm. You just never know what people are going through behind their four walls or what's going on in their minds. Some of the conversation they have with themselves, if they were to say it out loud, you wouldn't even recognize them. Like, you just never know what people are going through. And I don't want people to be afraid to say, you know what, hey, I need help in this area. Hey, I have a problem with porn. Hey, I have a problem with this. We need to be open so we can heal. If we want to
Yes,
heal, we got to be honest with ourselves.
we do. We do.
Mhm.
And that's so many people remain like sick and going through the things that they're going through, even sick in their natural bodies, is because
Mhm.
they don't have a release and
Yes.
they're not able to say what they need to say and they hold all this stuff on the inside and it causes problems in your
Mhm.
body.
Yes.
Wow. I wanted to ask you, Kanisha, what encouraging word or what quote or what Bible scripture do you go to when Kanisha needs encouraging or you need that pick me up or that motivation? What's your encouraging word?
When the Bible say, "Cast all your cares upon me," oh,
Wow.
that's me right there. When the Lord say, "Cast all your cares upon me," that lifts me up 100%. That lets me know I don't have to carry anything. Right?
Right.
I give it to Him and I leave it there. Right? Let me take that back. I'm learning to leave it there because a lot of times, especially of us as women, we like to pick it back up. No,
Yeah.
once you cast your cares to Him, you let Him have it. Right? And the Bible says, "Listen, I walk before you. God is walking before me. So if He's
Yeah.
walking before me, He's already had that path for me. I just have to follow. I have to be obedient, right? I have to position myself, fix my posture, get myself in a position where I can hear from Him. So if I can
Yeah.
cast my cares onto Him, I don't have to worry about anything. And if He's going to walk ahead of me, then what am I worried about? And
Yes.
I constantly just play that in my head, right? So I mean, like, hey, what am I going to worry about? I don't have to worry about anything. And I was
Because
also saying too, I'm sorry, go ahead, Angela. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
he has it, but go ahead.
When he said cast your cares, right? So sometimes I find myself really frustrated. And I actually have to say that scripture, like, wait a minute, the Lord say, cast your cares. So I'm going to leave it right then and there. So I always ask myself, in the middle of my frustration, how can God get the glory right now at this moment? And you will be surprised that when you start reading that scripture and learning that scripture and applying it to your life, you will go from being frustrated, depressed, and everything else to showing gratitude and being grateful. It would just
Yeah.
change your whole mindset.
Wow, I love it. And thank you, St. Thomas Virgin Islands, for joining in tonight. We appreciate you being on and listening. Um, what do you see in the future for yourself, for Kanisha, and where Kanisha is going? What do you see yourself doing in the upcoming future, even years down the road?
Okay, so I see myself doing this full time. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to do this full time. I just want to bless as many people as possible. I want to just do motivational speaking. I want to, pray with people. I just want to write books to inspire people and just go around the world with this thing. Like I just want
Wow.
to spread his word just around the world. I want to see people released. I want to see people healed around the world. I want to see women from, you know, Miami to Africa. We all coming together as one. That's my goal. I'm working on it. It's coming.
Ma'am, it's on
Speaking
its
in
way.
existence. Power of the tongue.
Because if you see it, you can have it.
That's
And
right.
you see it already. It's like you already been there. So it's like, okay, now we're gonna get these steps and we're gonna get us back there because I already saw where we're going.
That's right. That's right. I see the vision. Let's go. I'm ready. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and let the people my whole and beautiful nation, everybody out there, let them know where they can find your book and let them know where they can find Flourish in You.
Okay, so for the book is Kindle and the Golden Ticket. It is now available on Amazon.com and it's available on Walmart.com. Flourish in You, that is my YouTube channel. It is Flourish and then the letter N and the letter U. So come on, enjoy the community.
Okay. Y'all heard it, and y'all heard it here first. Flourish in You. Get the
Yes.
book, yes, Alan. Get the book, Kindle and the Golden Ticket. My grandchildren will have that book this Christmas. And I'm gonna try to get it out to some other kids too. But also make sure that y'all go online, go to her YouTube, go to Flourish in You,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you join that community and be a part of it and
Yes.
let us know how your life is changing because you decided to join over at Flourish in You through
Mm-hmm.
Home Beautiful over here. So Kanisha, I thank you for joining me on tonight. I thank you for being here. I have all these ideas like rolling through my head right now. I was like, okay, it's my time is like up. But I have all these things in my head. So, guys, she will be back because we're going to talk about some other things, and we may can get us a panel going right here on Whole and Beautiful.
Let's do
So,
it. Yes.
some conversations and get some conversations going with some women. But again, I thank you for being here tonight. I thank you for sharing your book with us. I thank you for sharing Flourish in You with us. And I'm looking for some great things. And when you get ready to step out into this full time, I'll be like right there in your cheering section. I'll be cheering you right along. Because it's going to be awesome and amazing. Do you have any other like closing words and different things that you want to say right before we close out for the show for the night?
Oh, first I want to say thank you so much for having me on. This has been such a blessing. I just want everyone just to smile. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward. There's so much going on in this world, in your neighborhood, at your job. Know that God is with you and you have a God-driven purpose that we are waiting for. Keep your head up.
Oh, wow. Amazing, guys. Amazing. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on tonight. And I want you to join us again tomorrow, 4 p.m. You do the replay, any part of this show that you missed, you can see it again tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then you can join me again next week, Friday at 7 p.m. I'll be right back here again with Whole and Beautiful because I am Angela D. Oliphant, allowing you to see, hear, and know that Whole and Beautiful is not just your destination. It is most definitely your journey. So come and walk that journey with us, okay? Love you guys. Good night. And thank you again, Kanisha, for
Thank
joining.
you. Thank you.
Good night, y'all. Love you.